Greetings everyone. In this video I want to talk about orgasm and the cost involved.
Greetings. This infinite source truth is made possible by the generous contributions and support of viewers like you. Please consider making a contribution now. Thank you.
Now, orgasm is a non-negotiable pay-to-play within this matrix game. You pay for the experience. The orgasm, what you are experiencing, is your very life essence being used to experience that orgasm. It is your synergy cell energies. That is what you are experiencing with your orgasm. That's why it feels so great. That's why it feels so wonderful and addictive. It's you. It's you. Now, there is no difference between having an orgasm with a partner, whether it's a soulless one or another source player, or masturbation. The cost is the same. It's the act of orgasm. Even if you have intention to do long foreplay and string it out and not have an orgasm, that process is still counted towards orgasm because you are trying to trick the system or whatever. Anyway, you're getting pleasure out of it, and that prolonged release is still using the energy from your synergy cell. So you may as well just go ahead and have the orgasm because it's costing you the same. Now, I made a comment about masturbation. Now, what I meant by the masturbation is, if you are in a relationship and that other person wants to have sex with you, but you don't want to have an orgasm, but you don't want to get rid of that relationship, well, you can pleasure that partner of yours masturbating them, not you. You're not experiencing the orgasm, but they want the orgasm, and you don't want to give up the relationship. And they want interaction and relationship with you. Well, you can masturbate them. Big difference. You're not having the orgasm. Now that's what I said about masturbation. You masturbate that other person in the relationship because they want the orgasm and they want you to have a part in it. Now, let me explain to you, whenever you are connecting with another source player or soulless one in this game, and you have flesh to flesh, whether it's a handshake or in a sexual act, you are using synergy cell energies because you are making contact with flesh. Well, that goes for animals also, but okay. Let's go back to the act of penetration. Okay, when you have penetration, you have bodily fluids. And where you have bodily fluids, there is even more energy and etheric connections being made. More energy is being withdrawn and more etheric attachments are being made to you by your consent. By your consent. They're not simple etheric connections. They are by consent because you are consenting. Now, I'm even going to say, if you are open mouth French kissing and your tongue is going into somebody else's mouth and you've got saliva and it's an exchange of bodily fluids, and that's a high energy. For one thing, it will stir up things that shouldn't be stirred up. And it uses more energy from your synergy cell because you got bodily fluids going on there. You know, your synergy cell is you. Your synergy cell is you. And it is your choice how you expend it. Now, if you're in a relationship and someone else can't understand that you have your body, you have the right to say no, then you have to question whether you need to be in that relationship anymore. Is it just based on sex? Well, if it's just a relationship based on sex, well, I have to say that relation is no relationship at all. That's not a beneficial relationship for you at all. But these are all choices that you have to make. And whether your script is locked or not, they're all choices you have to make. But you have to be aware that every time that you have an orgasm, you are dropping at least one or more of your frequency bodies down one consciousness level. One consciousness level. For every time that you experience that orgasm, you're dropping it down one frequency level. In the red zone. Until you really do get in the red zone. And it can take you time to bring yourself back up. Now, you have access to all of this information from your source self. You should have a strong source self connection. But if you're eating meat, you have no song. You don't have a connection whatsoever because you're not harmonized in frequency level 5 or higher. So you are the same as being soulless yourself because you are not connected to your source self. You are not on frequency plane 5. If you are not on a frequency plane 5, then you are not connected with your source self in any significant way other than to drain yourself for the experiences that you are having. You are the same thing pretty much as being soulless, except for you're draining your synergy self by your actions. Now, as I said, it does not matter. The act of orgasm, even if it's long arousal, the cost is the same. You are going to pay for an orgasm, even if you don't orgasm and you're doing a long, drawn-out arousal. It's a pay-to-play. You are experiencing it. And it is your very essence that you are surrendering. It is your very source self that you are using to experience that experience. You have to decide if it is worth it to you. Now, you could, since this game has been won, it is no longer required that you slay the dragon. You could escape this game and be victorious without having slayed the dragon. But you are going to have to slay the dragon somewhat because you're not going to be able to have an orgasm every single day. And you're not going to be able to have multiple orgasms a day. And you're not going to be able to do these things because it takes you down a level every time you experience that experience. And you remove a full day's synergy cell, daily supply from your synergy cell for that orgasm experience. You can use up your life. You can use up your synergy cell. Orgasms. Using orgasms. Doing it too much. Your synergy cell determines how powerful you are in this game. And how high of a frequency level you can attain to. Since the game's been won, you can have orgasms, but you really need to evaluate how good you are at maintaining your synergy cell level. And if you want to set aside a full day's daily supply for that experience, well, then you are making up for it in your daily supply. But if you're wasting a bunch of energy doing a lot of other things that's using out of your synergy cell for experiencing, like drugs and alcohol and all these other things that are lower frequency, these are all red zone activities. These are all red zone activities. If you are using your synergy cells to power these experiences in your life, then you are using up more than your daily supply can possibly restore at the end of the day by retrieving it. And you have to be of a high enough frequency level to actually have made a connection to your source self to fully retrieve all of your energies on a daily basis. These are all choices you have to make because you see, you are the creator of your experience here. You determine what you experience. You create your reality and your experiences in your mind. It is what you are creating in your life. Cause and effect. Choices, effect. You choose, and by your choices you are creating. You are creating your experience, and you are determining whether you're going to take it from your synergy cell, which is who you are, your very essence, your very being, or if it's from your daily supply. This whole experience is you. You are powering your entire experience. You are powering your entire experience. Whether it's energies that you have surrendered to the matrix, which the matrix runs off of, or you in your daily choice, daily supply choices, or your synergy cell usage choices. The choice is always yours. Always yours. Now, use wisdom. Don't be foolish with your energies. Use them wisely. Keep them topped up. It benefits you. It benefits you. You entered this game for high stakes, and the rewards are great if you leave this game victoriously. And if you can leave this game with 100% full synergy cell, wow. You have some amazing, amazing. It will have, well, it's all worth it anyway, but it'll be really worth it once you come to your awareness. Now, if you have benefited from these videos that I share with you and have put the effort and work into, then it benefits you to say thank you. It is an energy exchange. It's a frequency unlock within you that you can unlock no other way. You see, if you are judging this effort and work that I am putting into these videos as insignificant, and why should you give me anything for putting this information out because it's spiritual content or it's whatever. Well, you see, that's the blockage that's in you, and that won't benefit you one bit. That is your hindrance. You will never get where you want to be. Never. Especially since I am the winner of the game. You see, I'm entitled to all the energies of yours that I gave back to you and set free. But I returned them. I restored them to you. Now, and that goes for your totally freed source fractals that I sent down to the lower frequency realms, the bubble spheres. You see, they're not encaged. They are free to move about. And I sent them back to assist you. You see, I didn't have to send them to you. I could have kept them for myself. Because I'm actually entitled to them. That's okay. You can stay in your current state of being. And just know, choices that you make here influence and affect the outcome for you in this game. It really does. And what you experience once you leave. It's time to wake up now to this game reality and start playing it like you mean it. And experience your best life yet. Your empowerment. In the fullness of who you really are. It's time to wake up. And walk in your empowerment. Stop giving it away. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you. Time to wake up now.